Welcome to today's Seidokan Saturday, or Kempo Saturday, as an adjunct to Seidokan. Years ago I had a visitor come through. He was on a tour of the United States named Hussein Narker. He's the president of Ashihara Karate International out of South Africa. And it's an offshoot of Ashihara Karate, which is an offshoot of Kyokushin. But as he was touring the country, visiting a bunch of different dojos, and he stayed with me for a week. It was cool. He was there during Ramadan week, which made it really interesting. But when I was demonstrating and we're working out together various times during the week, at a certain point he asked me, did your Kempo influence your Seidokan more, or did your Seidokan influence your Kempo more? I didn't really know the answer then. I had to kind of look at myself because I hadn't thought of it that way, because both parts kind of informed each other. But as I've been the last 20 years pretty much purely Seidokan, only maintaining remnants of my Kempo, I can definitely say that my Seidokan is the solid base after 20 years, and Kempo is just an adjunct to inform it. Much the same as some of the people Seidokan people in New England use the Oyata pressure point theories. Some use the Ibara Jiu-Jitsu as adjuncts to their Tuide. Kurt Sieber Sensei does this. The weapons systems of Matayoshi Kobudo and of Iaido that Carbajal uses. Several people, there's a branch or a group that were in his dojo, and now as Randy Havens opens his, that are more interested in mixed martial arts. Ron Nix Sensei does a lot of kickbox style fighting leading up toward sort of a mixed martial arts evolution or competition style contact fighting. So everybody has their own little things in Seidokan that they sort of flesh it out with. Mine is the Kempo. As a self-defense focus, Kempo gives us some information about our Seidokan. So today's technique, to make a longer story less long, is Kempo number 7. So for yellow belt we did Kempo 6. Seidokan 1, straight in. Kempo 6, straight in with the leg. Similarly, last week we did Seidokan 2, which is a side step, offline of the attack. Kempo 7 starts the same way, offline of the attack, only now we're using a Yokogeri Keage, a side snapping kick with the blade edge of the foot. Same target, short ribs, bottom ribs, same movement of the body, using the leg instead of the hand. Okay? So Kempo 7 starts with a slight step, brushing the punch aside if necessary, side blade kick to the short ribs, stepping out in a side horse stance directly sideways, presenting a small profile to my opponent. Holly, if you'll join me, please. Okay, so as the punch comes, right, side step and brush, I bring up my blade kick into the short ribs, cover step, and out into a side horse stance. Okay, let's scoot this way a little bit. I think that'll be better. Again, hey, hey, hey! And that is Kempo 7. Okay? Now, we can take the same thing from more of a fighting style street punch. So guard, fighting style. Okay? Holly's not really a fighter, never been physical, and thankfully, we don't want that, right? But the step comes and the swing to the head, the haymaker, the John Wayne brawler punch. Hey! Same concept, side step and brush. Here I could do Seidokan 2 from last week, or Kempo 6, or 7, sorry, from today. And once again, same concept. Hey! Hey! Rush. Hey! Cover step, side horse, short profile. Right? As a street technique, I have a variety of targets. This actually comes from the George Pesare Goshin Jitsu, who initially designed the Kempo combinations, they were called. Some people now call them DMs, defensive maneuvers. Kempo Yakusoku, or promise techniques, is what I use the term in my dojo. But it comes from what's known as buckling branch. So let's do the karate oizuki punch again. Hey! Hey! From the oizuki stepping. Hey! Hey! So in buckling branch, in the Cerio lineage of Kempo, it's a kick to the knee followed up by a punch. That's a little bit more complete. But Kempo 7 is essentially the same as Seidokan 2 in that it's a single technique. The street fight style. Hey! Hey! So from here, I could easily take the lead leg. We could go knee. We could go inside the the thigh, or again, rising, cutting up into the short ribs. So there are a lot of possibilities, but the foundational technique is that short kick. So there we have Kempo 7 to use our legs and do exactly the same technique, tactically the same technique as Seidokan 2, only using the leg instead of the arm. Hopefully that's helpful and you can follow along, and if I've taught it to you, we get all the nuance and things. If you're just watching it from here as a review, God bless you. Hopefully it gives you some information and helps inform and round out the principles of your Seidokan as it has mine. And as always, until next week, keep practicing.